Okay, so we're done with the kind of the action phase of the game of turn one. We had the battle here for Alderaan. The Imperials won a pretty substantial battle, knocking out most of the rebel space forces and quite a bit of their ground forces as well. So big victory, at least in the military sense. On the strategic end, the rebellion's pretty happy that the Empire did this. It is going to make it probably where they can't go in and get that 1 point objective for Coruscant, so that's going to ruin that plan, I think. However, they do. They have slowed the Imperial advance down. So, for example, Naboo hasn't been taken, and no progress is being made towards Utapau or Bathui. So, they're pretty happy with that. All right, so anyway, we are going into our refresh phase. We're going to pull all our leaders back into the leader pool. Let me do that real quick. Okay, then we're going to draw missions. So we get 2 mission cards. We can only have 10 missions. Remember, I'll always have these 4, so I can have up to 6 other unique missions. And I get what? Support of Mon Calamari. Okay, that's nice. But Mon Calamari's in bad shape right now. Stolen plans. Okay. The Imperial player, what's he going to get here? Well, we're going to get address delays. Secret weapons research. Okay. So they have some research-oriented missions here. Okay, we're going to launch probe droids. So the Imperial player is going to draw 2 cards, and this is going to tell them for sure where the Imperial base is not on Tatooine. That was one of the places they were thinking it would be. In Bespin, they kind of figured it wouldn't be there, right next to the Death Star. But Tatooine was definitely that's a helpful bit of information there for the Imperials. They don't have to waste time going necessarily up that way now. Okay, so now we're going to get an objective card for the Rebels. We know what this is. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to accomplish this one. We're going to move the time marker. Bam, we're on turn 2. And now we're going to do some production and recruiting. And the way the recruiting works is, okay, this symbol shows recruiting and this shows production. You produce every other turn. You recruit a new leader each of, 4 turns? So we each recruit a leader. We'll do the Imperials first. I don't know that matters. I think there is a sequence. I want to say it's the Rebels first, but whatever. And they get to choose. So they can either choose, I believe that's, oh gosh, I don't remember what his name is. So he's like in Return of the Jedi for like 3 seconds. Or this guy. Okay, which one of these guys do I want? Let's take a look at him. And this is, I believe, that's Ozil, Admiral Ozil, and this is Moff Jerjerrod, or whatever his name is. Okay, Ozil. Now, Jerjerrod's good at diplomacy, so he can kind of take the Emperor off diplomacy duty, but he cannot lead forces. I may want to take places there that does not contain rebel ground. Gain 3 stormtroopers. Leader does not. Okay, I like this. I'm going to go with this public support. Okay, and so we're gonna throw him in our leader pool, and we're gonna get this action card which we can use. And this other action card's out of the game. For the Rebels, who do we got? Okay. We've got ambush, and it's a trap. So I can either get Admiral whatever, and that's the guy with the great haircut. What's his name? Okay, Maydeen. So I can do Maydeen or I can do Akbar. Madine's definitely the more useful for the most part. Let's look at their action cards. Place this leader in any system, destroy ground units of your choice in the system. That's very useful. And then your opponents cannot play space tactics cards. That's useful if I had anything planned at this point for space combat. I don't. So we're gonna throw Madine in our mix here, and we're gonna take ambush. It's gonna go up there. That card goes away. Okay, now we're going to do production. Production. There's very basic thing here. We'll start with rebels. And we're going to find rebel systems. I put these damage markers to show they've produced. Then I pick them up when I deploy units. So the rebel base, it has a purple triangle and a yellow triangle. And it has a 1 here. The 1's how many turns or what space on the build queue you put these units you produce. Okay, so we look here. I've got a purple triangle and a yellow triangle. Yellow is a rebel trooper. That's all it can build. So I'm going to go grab a rebel trooper. That goes on the turn 1 build for the rebel queue. I can choose a Y-wing, an X-wing, or a transport for that purple triangle. I'm going to go with a Y-wing. I like Y-wings. Why not? Okay, so that's that system. And that's all there is to it. And I'll just go and do the rest of this and come back.